Hey guys, it's Shades here. Time for another edition of Shades' Soapbox. So today we're going to be talking about gaming, because I wanted to kind of get off the heavy stuff we've been doing earlier this week, and I want to do something a little more lighthearted, but still something that really bugs me. One thing that I've been seeing a lot of, and I'm sure anyone who follows guys like Jim Sterling or Sid Alpha or Young E knows that a lot of gaming companies have had this really bad habit of not focusing on making good games, but rather making products designed for you to spend more money. Or as Jim Sterling likes to call it, live services. And trust me, I am with him in my anger over these live services. They want to focus on microtransactions and more especially, loot boxes. Now, it's kind of died down a little bit after the backlash over Star Wars Battlefront 2 EA, so that's a little bit better off, but you know, Electronic Arts is just itching to find another excuse to get those little boxes back into their games. I mean, they've already started. The new FIFA game's coming out, and it already has these fucking loot boxes back into it. The fuck, people? I've said for the longest time I am a huge fan of the indie scene, and this is one of the reasons why. While there are indie games out there that do jump into these shitty practices, more often than not, indie developers just want to make a good fucking game. You know, guys like Edmund McMillen, Toby Fox, these guys make good games. It may not always be the greatest, it may not be perfect, they may have their bugs and their problems, but they're good games. They tell good stories, have good characters, have fun gameplay, and don't hoard you with microtransactions and fucking loot boxes. Seriously, people, I understand that the big publishers, they are a business. They're there to make money, and that's all well and good. I am not against companies making money. If a game is popular, it deserves to make money. I'm all for that. But there comes a point where you put making money above all else, and you fail. And that is what these big publishers are doing. That is what EA, that is what Activision Blizzard, that is what Konami is doing. They're putting the idea of making money above everything else. And that is when you fall apart. It is like any medium, any entertainment medium, the passion and the love of making the medium should always come first. Yes, you can find a way to make money doing it, and that's great. Hell, I want to make money doing what I do. I'd be lying if I said I didn't, but it is not my top priority, and it never will be. As soon as it becomes being my top priority, I'm going to quit doing this, because I'm going to get bored doing it. That's how it works. That's how it always works. Ask anybody in this, anyone in entertainment. The minute it becomes about making money, you stop doing it, because you get sick of it. You get burned out doing it. You do it because you love making the product. It's the old saying, find what you love and then find a way to make money doing it. That should always be second. At max second. Shouldn't even be second, to be honest, but at the very maximum, it should be the second thing on your list. Finding what you love, doing what you love should always, always be number one. That's how I live. I've been doing this shit 9 years now, coming up on 10, and I'm only now starting to make any kind of money off of it. But I keep doing it because I love doing it. I love entertaining you guys. I love making you guys smile. You know, when I get messages from you guys saying that I brighten up your day, that to me is more rewarding than any money I could make. And that's how it should be for these companies. But these publishers are all about the dollar. That's all they care about. So they insert these fucking transactions into it, and it makes me sick. Do not mistake me. DLC, I'm okay with. A large chunk of content added as DLC, I'm cool with that. Bethesda's the best example. Bethesda, say what you will about their engines. Their gaming engines are shit, alright? They're bugged out the ass. They constantly have problems. They're crap. Let's be completely honest. But they do make, the games they make from those engines are pretty fun, and their DLC is actually rather robust. For a small price, you can get a small game's worth of content added to what you already have. You get the season pass, which is about the cost of a second game. You get that much game worth of content. You know, you can debate whether any of it, all of it's good or not. I mean, you can do that till the cows come home, but you at least get what you pay for, and you know what you're getting. It tells you. This isn't a loot box. You don't just flip a coin and pray for the best. It tells you right on the tin, this is what you're getting. You're getting these locations, these weapons, these enemies, this story, everything. You know what you're getting. And I like that. Even if it's something just like a character add-on for a fighting game. If it gives us a brand new way to play the game with some new strategies and new tactics, I'm all for it. That's why Smash Brothers did it so well. All they did was add characters and costumes, and the prices were relatively cheap. But you knew what you were getting, and a lot of those DLC characters ended up being OP, and they actually had to frickin' nerf them later on, because they were so powerful. But they were fun, and they were worth the small price to pay. I'm okay with that. But when you have microtransactions for stuff like just being able to move on in the game, mobile games can go fuck right off on that regard. Any mobile game that has an energy system, I refuse to play. Period. Because that to me is a arbitrary restriction designed to either make you wait or make you pay to play. You want to have a microtransaction to add a character or to give us a little extra content. Tolerable, not great, but okay, I'll deal with it. But if you add a microtransaction just to allow me to play the fucking game, I am done. You would not believe how many games I have put down and uninstalled from my phone just because of that. I hate that. I hate that restriction. Hell, even Power Rangers Legacy Wars, and for all my Power Rangers fans out there, it has the least offensive version of this. It's still there, but it's very inoffensive. You earn a certain amount of chests or a certain amount of things, and you have to wait for those to unlock before you can gain more. You can still keep playing, you just won't get anything for playing, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. You know, you don't get any extra items until the other ones unlock. Okay, fine. It's not great, but I'll take it. At least I can keep playing the game even if I don't earn any rewards for doing so. You know, sometimes you don't need to earn any reward. You just want to play and have the satisfaction of kicking somebody's ass. If I can keep doing that, fine, I'm all for it. This has to stop, people. I guarantee you the mobile game market is going to eventually crash. You watch. Sooner or later, it is going to crash. It is going to crash harder than it did back in 1983. I swear to God, you guys, can we just not enjoy playing good games? Do we have to rely on the indie scene to even have good games anymore? Don't get me wrong, I love it. Shovel Knight, Undertale, Binding of Isaac, Braid, Fez, all of these great games. Fantastic game. But yet that seems to be where we have to go to even get good games. Because the AAA scene doesn't want to make them. I mean, sure, there's some lesser AAA developers like CD Projekt Red that are making some great games like the Witcher series, which I've played a little bit of it. I think it's okay. I haven't played the later one, so don't judge me here. I just don't have a computer to play it, and I don't have the money to buy them on consoles. I'm just saying there still are other good developers out there. It's just the publishers are greedy corporate assholes. I said this yesterday when we were talking about net neutrality, but I want to bring this up again. I don't have a problem with capitalism in and of itself. The idea of you work hard, you become successful, you deserve what you work for. That's fine. I'm all in favor of that. The problem is when capitalism becomes corrupted. And that is what we keep seeing. People who are willing to bend the rules, break the rules, and fuck people over for the sake of their own gains. That, to me, is fucked up. If you work your ass off, you should deserve the rewards you get. But if you're lying, cheating, and stealing, that ain't capitalism. That is nothing like capitalism. That is just evil. And that is what I have a problem with. And that is why I don't mind DLC, but I hate microtransactions and loot boxes, because that is lying and cheating to get an extra buck. And I think as Star Wars Battlefront 2 EA proved, we will only take so much of that before we say enough is enough. Electronic Arts, I want you to listen to me and listen close. If you ever see this video, I doubt you ever will, but still, my open letter to you. EA, wake the fuck up. You're jumping ahead, thinking you can get that easy, quick buck. But eventually, it is going to murder you. You are going to crash so fucking hard if you keep trying to push this evil practice. Instead of focusing on making more money, take the money you do make, and don't you dare tell me you're not making money without it. We already proved you can. Why don't you take the money you have been earning and make some good fucking games? Because you know what happens when you make good fucking games? You make more money. It's as simple as that. Sure, some games that deserve to be some big money makers flopped, but more often than not, you make a good game, people will spread the word and they will make money. Look at Undertale. Undertale's a prime example. One of my favorite games of all time. It was a good game, an amazing game, and people talked about it, it got hyped, and it made money. Far beyond what Toby Fox ever imagined it would make. You make a good game, and they will buy it. If you build it, they will come. That's going to do it for me here today, folks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my rant here. Hopefully this one wasn't as bad as the last couple of days. But this is something I wanted to get something geeky off my chest while still being, well, ragey. Thank you to Cure Crystal, who's been giving me a lot of great suggestions. I appreciate it, my friend. Keep them coming. And if you folks at home have any other suggestions for topics you'd like for me to discuss here on the Soapbox, post them down here in the comments below. I take a look at every comment I get, and if I see a topic that I think I can talk about, I certainly will consider it. I may not take every topic, but I'll take what I can. And of course, if you have any comments about today's episode, letting us know what you think about DLC and microtransactions, post your comments down below as well. I want to hear from you. Shout out to my patron Solar Star for your continued support, and of course Racked for your continued donations. You guys have been very helpful in keeping me going here. And in the meantime, I want to thank you guys for tuning in as always here on the Soapbox. I'm the Shades, and I'll see you guys next time. Rock on!